The language that we speak is a powerful tool. We speak it every day, yet most people don't know the power or the hidden meanings behind the words that we use. Words can bless or curse. So we'll start with the word bless. Bless can also be sounded as be bless. And bless comes from the Old English word blessian, or however you pronounce that, which means mark, hollow, or sprinkle with blood, all of which are negative, and people use the word bless in a lot of prayers. Who knows if they're even prayers if they are said in English? So when we get a blessing, are we really empowering ourselves or be lessening ourselves? Moving on, we have the word broadcast. Broadcast. What do wizards and witches do? They cast spells, right? So broadcast is basically casting of a worldwide spell or sending energies. And broadcasts are seen on television, right? There are two ways to see this word, television or tell-a-vision, which are both honestly the same thing, showing you a vision, telling a vision, or putting a spell on your consciousness. And what is broadcasted? The news, or north, east, south, west. It is sent in all directions. Spells and nonsense are being broadcasted or broadly casted. So TV anchors can be seen as modern day wizards or witches. Staying on this topic of news and information, or putting people in formation with the spells or news that are being fed to them, we have the word media, which comes from the word medium, which means something in between, or a form of communication, whether to share news or talk to spirits, or a channel. The media is not just neutral, it's the medium that shapes how reality is delivered to your mind. Same with the word channel. When we hear the word channel, we think of TV channels, but spiritually speaking, a channel is someone who lets energy or spirits flow through them. You hear mystics saying, I'm gonna channel this energy or that energy. Now, I'm gonna talk about some everyday words that you use that you didn't know you were casting spells or curses on yourself and other people. First of which is appreciate or appreciate. Whenever you say this word, you're just subconsciously hating. Then we have the phrase, you're welcome, or your hell will come. This is legit hexing someone. And people say this on a regular basis. This is what you get for trying to be too helpful. They just curse right back at you. And speaking of hell, we have the word hello, or hell low. Hell is low. And we say this every time we pick up a call, we see someone, or even to ourselves. And saying this just lowers our vibration, keeping us at a lower vibrational state. Guess this is why a lot of spiritual people prefer isolation, better than lowering your vibration with people who don't understand what it means. Which is the next word, understand, or understand, to stand beneath authority. So when you understand something, you stand beneath it, beneath its authority. So instead, start saying understand, or I am fully knowledgeable about it. Nah, actually, on second thought, just don't say anything. Just say you got it or something like that, unless you want to be clowned. Now, we have the word depressed, or deep rest of the soul. That's why you don't feel alive when you're in that state. Your soul is sleeping. And speaking of soul, we have the word solar, or soul R, or solar system. Soul R system, a system of souls they're trying to harvest. And speaking of harvest, the karmatic law basically tells us that they have to show us the signs before it happens. And they definitely are showing us the signs in the language and technologies they create. To start it off, we have our cell phones, or cellular phone. And what do you need for that to work? A cellular plan, or cellular connection. Bro, it's in the name. Why do you think they call it cellular? They want us to connect to the cloud, give them our divine spark. That's why when 6G comes out, they'll be able to see into us. They hate us because they ain't us, and they're trying to be just like us. According to the English language, our parents ain't even ours. Parents, a pair that rents. The government, or mind control, which we talked about in the last video, doesn't allow you to control your children's upbringing anymore. Most kids are forced to go to school where they're indoctrinated into different ideologies and false teachings. This can be seen in the teaching of the vowels. Why do they make you say it in this order? A, E, I, O, U, or A, E, I, O, U. They're basically training us to be slaves, make us subconsciously think we owe them. And what better way than to start when you're a child? And vows sound the same as vows. So they're basically making you promise to owe them. And you don't even own your child anymore. You sign them away using a signature. Sign nature. Sign your nature. And your sign is like a sigil. A sigil is a symbol used in witchcraft, which is in the English language. Now, these are some words that I couldn't really find any relation to anything, but you should keep them in mind on how not to use them or how to use them. The first one is soldier or soul dyer. Dyer as in the one that dies. So soldier basically means a pawn or a sacrificial soul that dies. Then we have department, and ment in Latin stands for mente, which means mind. So depart mind or separate your mind. Next is the word slaughter, which has the word laughter in it, basically programming us to think killing is funny. So now, for the final section of the video, we're going to talk about some religious and secret society wording. It's not really connected to anything, but it's good to keep in mind. So I'm going to start off with the word gospel. There are two ways you can see this word. One is ghost spell or ghost spell. Either makes sense, to be honest, because the Bible can be seen as a book of magic. And language isn't just communication, it's magic hidden in plain sight. Then we have the word cannibal, or Cain and Abel. I mean, y'all know the story. Now, everyone knows about the 33-degree Freemasons, right? And how the number 33 is pretty important to them and to the world. It's the age that Jesus died. 33 is the amount of vertebrae we have. When kings or influential figures are sacrificed, there are 33 around them. On the dates or the locations have 33. You get the idea. And there are a lot of things that add up to 33, one of which is being two letters, the 18th letter and the 15th letter of the alphabet, R and O. Some of the words that include these letters are royal family, Rolex, Rothschild, Rockefeller, Rolls-Royce, Rome, Roswell. You get the idea. These words have a lot of influence on us, or on a lot of things we consume and interact with, or they can be seen as a status symbol. Words rearranged spell swords. Your tongue is the builder and destroyer. That's why in the Bible, it says our tongue is sharper than a two-edged sword. This makes you realize that the English language isn't really there to communicate, but rather to control you. So speak slowly, speak with awareness, and speak consciously, because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between these everyday spells that you use on yourself or others, or don't even speak at all. Silence is a sacred spell that most people need to realize. English isn't really an expression language, but rather a suppression language. So, y'all be careful out there.